So for people who may be less familiar with your music, it's pretty interesting. Why don't you describe, it's a little bit of a different genre. Talk a little bit about how you would describe your music to other people.
Okay, well, I'm classically trained. I went to Manhattan School of Music, where I studied opera, and I decided to intertwine pop and opera together, created a whole new genre called popra. And I've just been blessed to be able to work amongst some amazing artists such as myself and create for the world.
Yeah. Well, some of the collaborations you've had, like you work with NeYo famously.
Mhm.
What was he like to work with? What will you remember most about that collaboration?
Man, working with NeYo was definitely an amazing experience because he is so talented and also gifted. His writing skills were amazing. I studied with him for about 4 years. I was just in the studio watching and studying. Before we actually did our collaboration,
Mhm.
I was there for 4 years. And then he's like, Charisse, I have the perfect record. I want you to debut on my record called Integrity. It was on his album called Nonfiction. I don't know if you're familiar with that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And that was my first major debut as the pop opera singer. And I'm so just blessed to be able to debut with such an amazing artist like NeYo himself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You've also worked with French Montana. What do you remember about that experience?
French was so cool, easy breezy. You know, he came on set. He was like, his whole team was like, oh my gosh, Sharice, you have this all together. They were so shocked that I got all the right permits. I had the trailers ready because normally independent artists don't have their stuff together. And he's like, you did your homework. He's like, we'll just normally film in a desert and wait till we get kicked out. He's like, you had the permits and everything. They couldn't mess with you. It was awesome. It was awesome to actually make them appreciate how serious of an artist I was.
Sure.
Mhm.
Um, and how have you seen your music evolve over the last few years? Has it gone in any new directions that would surprise?
Every year I evolve as an artist. You know, I'm working on new projects all the time, making music for film. I just got into the acting world myself and debuted on a new TV show called Pump. It's on Urban Flicks TV. I
Okay.
play the role of Lenora, so make sure you guys go check that out.
Wow.
Yes, and I have a few movie roles in the works after quarantine.
Can you tell us about this?
Pump. Pump is amazing. I play a woman that wants to go to the gym and get fit and trained, and of course, it's a comedy sitcom. So you guys, if you don't know, and all the guys want to train me. They're fighting over me. Ray J's in there. McKinley Freeman's in there. Lenora. She's just married. I guess you would call her the forbidden fruit. You're not supposed to take a bite. And my husband doesn't play.
That sounds great. So you said you also have an apparel line. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, See Moi I've had for a long time. I opened it up with my mom where we first featured leggings. And now I have all kinds of fashion. This dress is actually from Shop See Moi that I'm wearing now, ironically. Wasn't planned. And, you know, I love fashion is part of my life. I was raised around it. And I wanted to first support my mom. And I said, hey, Mom, let's come up with a line. You know, I want to boost business for you. But then, you know, she started going more in the, I wouldn't say classier, but more sophisticated realm. And I'm still young. So I'm like, okay, I want sexy dresses. You want dresses up to the neck. We're going to have to separate. And she opened up Charm Squad, and I still ran See Moi.